No! You what?
Alright then, what is going on? Arte here and welcome to a new Call of Duty Ghost video. So in this video I wanted to talk about playing aggressive within Call of Duty Ghost. I know it's a bit controversial, especially considering that a few days or so ago I uploaded a video called Adjusting Your Playstyle. In that video I talked about, well, adjusting your playstyle of course, going from a more aggressive playstyle to a more stealth slash laid back playstyle. Just because that's the way that Call of Duty Ghost is built, but still I'm a little bit stubborn. I do like to rush around every now and then just like yesterday I do get a gameplay every now and then as well. So what you're looking at the moment is a Bizon KEM strike. At the start of this gameplay I wasn't doing too well, I was also not playing really aggressive, but later on I basically just figured out that the enemies that I was playing against weren't all that great and that I was definitely capable of getting quite a lot of kills during this game. So that's when I started to rush around a little bit more. And within this video I'm just going to kind of like try to explain to you what my mindset is when I'm rushing around. Now first off, for the class setup I was using the Bizon with the silencer and the foregrip. In terms of my perks I was first off using Ready Up, Marathon, Quick Draw, Takedown, Dead Silence and Focus. My first specialist unlocks were Sleight of Hand, Scavenger and Agility. And then finally Amplify, Resistance and Deadeye. This setup is definitely one that is worth trying out. A little something to keep in mind, within this game you simply cannot rush on every single map. I can tell you that much. It works pretty well in Strike Zone. Of course it works pretty well in Strike Zone. It also works very well on the new Onslaught DLC maps, just because those maps are kind of like medium sized, or at least most of them. It's not too great of a way of playing on Fog. I personally don't really like to rush around on Fog, but it definitely works very well on both Bayview and also Ignition, so be sure to give it a go. And then a little something to keep in mind as well, and that is that rushing within Call of Duty Ghost isn't necessarily the same thing as, let's say, rushing within Black Ops 2 or rushing within Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2. In this game you can play aggressive, but you have to make sure that you don't run into stupid situations. You die far too quickly, so someone who's just sitting in the back of the map will very easily take you out before you can get close enough for you to be able to kill them. Because, well, when you're rushing around you obviously want to use something like an SMG or a shotgun, just because with those weapons you move a lot faster. Then add to that Marathon or also Agility, you move even faster, because the idea is that you get as close to enemies as possible, as fast as possible of course, because at close range these weapons are incredibly deadly. And I'm not even joking about that in any way, shape or form. I mean, the Bizon fires like 1,000 rounds per minute, so at close range this thing could definitely pack a punch. And that is also why I usually tend to play aggressive whenever Strike Zone pops up, or whenever Tremor pops up, or any of the maps that allow you to rush around, that allow you to stay indoors. Because at the end of the day, if you want to do well whilst rushing around in Call of Duty Ghost, you need to learn to pick your gunfights. You need to know every single map in such a way that you can tell where you can win a gunfight with the weapon that you're using at that point in time. I mean, let's face it, if you're using an SMG like an MTAR, you can also win medium range gunfights, but if you're using, let's say, the CBJMS, then you strictly have to stick to those close range gunfights, because otherwise you're simply going to get outplayed by anyone that is using an assault rifle, an LMG, or any weapon that is meant to be used at long range. Because that's just simply how this game is made. If you want to do well at close range, make sure you pick your gunfight in such a way that you can win them, and make sure that you always stay away from those long lines of sight, because you're simply going to get taken out before you even know it. And then apart from that, I would also recommend you to keep in mind that hearing footsteps is pretty easy, so either use Dead Silence or make sure that you crouch whenever you know that there's an enemy nearby, because like that they won't be able to hear you. Anyway, with that being said, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the gameplay. If we could hit 500 likes today, that'd be absolutely amazing. I haven't really set a goal lately, so let's see what we can do. And with that being said, if there's anything that you need help with, simply leave me comments. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.